Hello, today is Friday, September 2019. And with me I have Stuart Williams, the president of the Dallas-Fort Worth Musicians Union. Welcome, Stuart.
Thank you.
My name is Verl Bland. I'm the principal tubist of the Las Colinas Symphony Orchestra and also a member of the Players Committee. We're here to discuss basically an email that a lot of the musicians from the orchestra received. It mainly went out to the wind, bass, and percussion of the orchestra, and not the strings. And we'll maybe mention why that we think that's important here in just a little bit. But I do want to start off with reading a small excerpt from the first statement in the email. I presume you're aware that you do not have an engagement with the LCSO for the 2019-20 season. The union has rejected the revised individual contracts which were reissued on July 2nd and 3rd, including yours. Stuart, what's all that about?
Well, first of all, it's not true. The first we've heard about strings only, and that's what it really means, being on this season, was yesterday. Secondly, those contracts are not null and void. The union has not rejected them. That is simply wrong. That's the most important thing to remember today.
Right. How did management get to think that was the case?
What they're telling you is that because we filed a grievance that pertained to some language in those contracts, that they're therefore we have rejected them. No, we have a little bit of a dispute over some wording. That doesn't make the contract null and void. If you look at the contract, if you've signed it and they have signed it, it's an agreement that's binding between both parties. In fact, let's just review the language. Upon execution and return of this individual contract by both parties, it is agreed that this contract is immediately valid, binding, and enforceable on both parties and may not be terminated, etc., etc. It is a contract between you and the association. Nothing that the union, nothing that I do or say changes that, okay? So it's absurd to suggest that if we have a problem with the language and that we want them to improve it and fix it, that makes the thing null and void.
So why did we get these yesterday, you think?
I think we got them yesterday because we had an arbitration. It just so happened it was the same day as an arbitration for another grievance that we're trying to get resolved. That grievance has to do with our principal timpanist, John Lee. John, as we all know, has been the timpanist for decades. He's also been on the Players Committee. In fact, he's chaired the Players Committee. He's been on the forefront of some negotiations and some issues that have been contentious over the last couple of years. So what we're here for is to be there for him. That's what that grievance is about, to represent our musicians the way we are supposed to. That is its purpose. John has been there for us by serving on these committees. We're now there for him.
Just as the union would be for everyone else.
That's the way it works.
Yeah.
So that's our explanation of those grievances, and that they have nothing to do with terminating or nullifying your contracts. What you need to know is that the union, we, the committee, and me, and our legal counsel will be working on making sure that those contracts are enforced. We will be reporting back to you about that as the process continues, but keep in mind that you have a contract and we are going to fight for you and your rights based on that contract.
I think there's one other point that I want to put across that I think is maybe comes to the crux of what this is all about. And in the email there were attachments, and the very first one was a chronology. And the very last statement in that chronology is what I want to stress to you right now. And it states this: the LCSO stands ready to negotiate in good faith once these frivolous grievances have been laid to rest. How much opportunity have we been given to negotiate? And
That makes no sense. We have been making ourselves available to negotiate, to respond to a request from management to negotiate the entire time. And we have been absolutely willing and interested in making sessions like that productive. What that statement implies is that we're clogging up the process with these grievances. It doesn't matter. There's no reason why we can't negotiate while we're resolving some issues. It's what it is. It's a condition on bargaining.
Mm.
We're being told that they won't negotiate unless we stop filing grievances.
And those frivolous grievances.
And they're saying they're frivolous. We
Right.
don't think they're frivolous.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, and we hope this has been informative for you, because that's why we're doing this. And we do want to point out to you that in addition to this video, there are 3 more videos that you should find attached with the email that sends this video out that give a background to the last, 3 years basically, that we think will be explanation to how we got to this point. Thank you very much. Take care.
Bye.